Good evening. This is Linos Zachariadis and Alexandros Kanioglu, and this is Rethought, our channel in YouTube. It is relatively new. Some months ago we created it. Until now, all our videos were in Greek. Now we decided to make one in English. Although we made two videos about prophecies in the past, some months ago, we thought it was a good idea to make one video in English. You will forgive my accent, it's not my native language. We are referring mostly to people who are Orthodox because they will understand even better, although I will try to make everyone who sees the video as familiar as he can get to prophecies and orthodoxy in this short time, as far as I can make it. So welcome to Rethought. It is the 21st video, and we decided to make it in English because we want people to understand and realize it's not hard to tell that something is going on, something is happening globally. The prophecies started thousands of years ago. It's not a new thing. Some people who don't understand, they make fun of them. It's logical, they mock them, they underestimate. Usually people do that. We underestimate all the things that our brain is not able to accept, to understand. When we don't understand, we try to make fun of whatever we don't understand. We try to make fun of it. So, first of all, I would like to say some things about Orthodoxy in general. I will use prophecies from other dogmas of Christianity, even from other religions, but mostly it will be Orthodox Church and Orthodox priests and saints of the past. Orthodoxy is one dogma of Christianity. We, Orthodox people, we think that we are the right ones. Of course, everybody does. And all the others are heretic, but nowadays it's not even the thing, it's not even the problem about doing all the right stuff exactly as God wanted them. The thing is that in Orthodoxy we believe in the soul. The most important is the soul. We have to understand that Christianity and Orthodoxy is about the soul. It is very important to realize that we only are passengers from earth. We are born here, we live a life 5 years, 10 years, 20, 50, 70, 100 years, but it's just a passage. According to the Son of God, Jesus Christ, the main target of our lives is to win a place in the kingdom of heaven, in God's heaven. This is the ultimate target, purpose of life, the goal of our lives. That should be at least. And there are many ways to win a place there. It is about repent when we fall, when we sin. It is about giving to others. It is about charity. It is about doing things from the heart. It's not only about doing things or saying things. It has to be from the heart, so that it has a point, there is meaning in what we do. Of course, we don't do something and then we look up in the sky and say, God, I did this. Okay now? Is it okay? Do I have a place in the kingdom of heaven, in your kingdom? It doesn't work like this. Nobody can tell you if you do this and this and this, you will go to heaven, or if you don't, you won't go to heaven. It's God who will decide in the end. But what we can do is try our best. But we should reach a point in Christianity that we shouldn't feel that we try to do our best. It should come from inside. Okay? We don't do anything with the thought, am I saved now? Will I join you in your kingdom? We don't act this way. It comes from inside. The love we give, the strength we find in the beginning to forgive others, even if they kill our own family, even if they steal our money, or they destroy our lives. It needs a lot of strength. Jesus said, I didn't come to bring peace. I came to bring war. It didn't mean war just with weapons. We have to give our fights inside of us, first of all, so that we win this battle between our good side and our evil side. We all know that the good one should win this battle. So, actually, I think that we are three-dimensioned. We are bodies, we are minds, and we are souls. The body dies with a physical death. The mind will die too. Nobody will care about what you have thought, about what you learned, about the education you had. When you die, all this vanish. They disappear. They are no use to nobody. If you write a book and you give knowledge and you pass knowledge to somebody else, then okay, it may be useful and it should be this way. But actually, it doesn't help you personally after you die. There is no point in it. The only thing remains after our physical death is the third dimension of our existence. It's the soul. So, the body that we borrowed from nature, the mind that we have, the brain that we have to think, they will be gone. It's the soul that will remain. And this soul will have a place in the universe. The unstoppably expanding universe. And we need a place like that. We need a place in this universe, in this kingdom of heaven. And we should try to do this. We should try to give our best so that we win this place. Unfortunately, we don't think about it. Our everyday cares, they suck all our thoughts, all our energy. So in the end, we forget about the soul. We forget about things that we should do, things that we should think about. It's all about us. The problem of humanity for me is that everybody thinks that the axle in which around which the world turns is ourselves. It shouldn't be this way, actually. That's why Paul, the greatest apostle of Jesus, said that there are two ways for people. Either they become monks or nuns, or they get married. In this way, we manage to put somebody else above us. Our kids, our wives, our husbands. When we become monks, the fact that we pray all day and all night for humanity, for the salvation of humanity. In this way, we put ourselves at least in the second place. It is very important. That's why some saints used to say in Orthodoxy, I envy the people who are in love because they put the subject of their love above them. Actually, they take the second place in their lives. They put somebody else in the first place. And the salvation of the soul is the purpose, is the target of Christianity. It doesn't mean that we should give up or that we should commit suicide, or that actually if we commit suicide, it's like betraying God. He doesn't want us from us. The hardest part of Christianity is the thing that we say in the prayer, thy will be done. We mean that our will and our wishes don't count, don't matter so much. It's God's will that matters actually, and this will, because God's plan is better than our plan for ourselves. So we should trust Him 100%. We should even erase all our wishes. It's hard. It's hard. This ego doesn't allow us to do it. That's why we say in Christianity, the further we get away from ego, the closer we come to God. It's very hard, but we should do this. We should achieve it. It's our goal. It's what Jesus taught us to do. I can't explain Christianity in 5 or 10 minutes video. Of course, it's really hard. And people who are more accustomed to Christianity and to prophecies will understand me better, but I try to make, a welcome paragraph for people who are not so aware of Christianity or Orthodoxy generally. Now, in Orthodoxy, we say that the most important virtue is discernment. It was Saint Athanasius. It was, I think, in Nicaea or Istanbul, I don't know, Constantinople, I don't remember well. They were gathered for the ecumenical synodus, and he asked them, the other archbishops and patriarchs, he asked, which is the most important virtue in Christianity? They immediately answered, love, because God is love. He said, no, it's not love. They said, then it's justice. God is justice. He said, no, it's not justice. They said, well, being humble, modesty. He said, no, it's not modesty. And they were wondering, what? Tell us, what is the most important virtue? It is discernment. Difficult word, discernment. It means being able to choose the good from the bad. Being able to see what we need and what we don't need in life. What we should put justice to and put injustice to. What we should love and not love. It's really hard. We shouldn't baptize everything love just because it appears like that. And discernment is very difficult about everything in life, everything. Who we choose, people, jobs, destinies, destinations, everything. It's about choice. And if we have discernment to see clearly, and this needs a little mind working, this needs a little education, but not in the form of a university. You can have 4 diplomas and degrees and masters, but in the end, maybe you are not so educated actually. That's why Socrates, the philosopher, used to say that educated is a person who knows how to face difficulties with calmness, with logic. This is the educated person for Socrates. So if we face difficulties with calmness and logic, then we are educated. Now, I said a lot about Orthodoxy for such a short video that I will make, but there had to be an intro. We have prophecies from thousands of years, even before Christ, from Daniel, from Isaiah, from many people, many saints of that time, prophets. Nowadays, it is fashionable to talk about certain prophets who were saints in Orthodoxy, in Christianity. You may be familiar with the most well-known Father Paisios, for example. It is Cosmas the Aetolian, it is Ephraim from Arizona. We'll talk about Ephraim from Arizona. It is Joseph of Vatopedi. Many of them, most of them, were in Mount Athos. It is the 3rd foot of Chalkidiki, in Mount Athos. And they were saints. When I say saints, okay, you may think they made miracles. Yes, they performed that too. They made miracles. Yes, they saved lives. They saved sick people from hospitals. They did many good things. They were really offering all their lives to serve others. But the truth is that they spoke about the future. I can tell you some details that they prophesied, and I will. Just remember, the ultimate goal is not to save our lives for 5, 10, 20 years more. We want it. Everybody wants to survive. Nobody wants to die. Actually, there is a joke we say in Greece. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. But actually, we will. Eventually, we will all die. So, starting from Father Paisios, he talked about his own time, and after that, he died in 1994. He said many things to many people who visited him in his cell, in his small monastery that he lived in Mount Athos. And there are many witnesses who wrote things, who said things. The problem is that we have to have discernment so that we are able to distinguish between the false flags and the true ones. It's not so easy. And actually, people tend to nowadays to get some views and likes in videos, in Facebook, in Instagram, in YouTube here. They tend to put words in his mouth that he never actually said. Whatever happens, disease, COVID, war in Ukraine, war in Israel now, they put prophecies, they put words in the saints' mouth so that they gain some likes and some, I don't know what, some comments that may give them, I don't know, money or fame or whatever. It may be important for these people. That's why we have to have discernment to realize what is truth, what is not. Maybe we can't even know. We were not there when they told the prophecies, but at least we should be able to understand some things more or better. We can't have all the epiphany, okay? The Holy Spirit works in His own ways. And Father Paisios said that for the times that we are living in, there will be a third world war. And he said that in the 80s. He gave more info about Greece, of course. It's logical. He said that it will be the Turks that will attack, not by their own. Actually, the chiefs, the managers of Earth, United States, Israel will force them, will push them to do it. And in the beginning, they will take 2 or 3 islands in the Aegean. Actually, the Aegean has trillions of wealth through gas and oil, so that's the reason why they want the Sea of Aegean, the Greek seas. And that's why United States and Israel will push Turkey to attack. Now, there is a prophecy that Erdogan will not be there. It will not be him who will attack. Actually, Erdogan steps on 2 boats, we say. He's with the United States, he's with Russia too. He takes whatever he can from both sides. He plays a good game for me. Maybe he's a dictator, maybe he kills people, he puts people in prison, journalists and everybody, but objectively he did things. Istanbul was really awful before him, and objectively he created many factories and he brings money for his country. Actually, we're not here to judge Erdogan, but the truth is that it will not be him who will attack Greece. Actually, because he plays this double game, maybe the states will try to eliminate him and put some other governors who will be more with NATO and with the West, the Western world. So it will be easier to handle, and they will give the sign for the attack to Greece. After the second or the third day, after taking 2 or 3 islands, Paisios says that Russia will come from the Black Sea. It will not be because they love us, because they love Greece or Greeks so much. It will be for their interests. They will try to defend their interests and take whatever they can too. But actually, they will help Greece in this way, wanting it or not. It's not about going down here from Black Sea, through Black Sea to help us, but they will help us actually this way. So there will be a war between Russia and Turkey. In the beginning, the first days, it will seem that Turkey is the winner, but unfortunately, after some days, Russia will destroy it almost completely. Of course, we can't say almost and completely, either almost or completely. Well, it will be a big disaster. The prophecy of Paisios says that 1/3 will die from Turkish people, 1/3 will go to Mongolia, and 1/3 will be baptized as Christians after the war. The thing is that Russia will take occupation of Istanbul, Europe will be, and the United States will be upset. They will try to come here too. They will put, because there is European Istanbul and Asian Istanbul, they will put three people in charge, one Greek, one Russian, and one European. This will take about 5 months or 5.5, and then Paisios says that Russia will go further. They will reach they will take all Persia and they will reach Palestine. There is another saint. Actually, he didn't prophesize things. He was a saint because he was in the prayer of Jacob in the Holy Land. He's an Orthodox. He was the only monk in this monastery there. And two fanatic Israelis slaughtered him 27 times, I think, with a hawk. And that's why he became a saint. Actually, he didn't used to tell prophecies, but he said once to two people, one priest and one who was a simple guy. They were walking there and they were opposite the hills of Thavor. And he stopped and he looked at Thavor hills and he said, there is where the Russians will appear, but they will stop there. They will not go further. Maybe it will be the use of nuclears. Who knows? So, and Paisios says there will be a big battle there. 18 nations. Germany, Italy, Spain, France, United States against Russia and their allies China. No, he's not saint yet. He's not declared as a saint. Joseph Vatopedinos from Vatopedi, a monastery in Mount Athos. He said that in the last battle, it will last 3 days in Istanbul. There will be around 700 million dead men. It's too much. Kosmas Etolos, he lived in the middle, around 1750. He said that the blood will be so much that even a 3-year-old cow will flow on it. It will not be able to step on the ground because of the blood from anuses. We don't know if this will come true. We believe our saints, but I'm not here to convince you about anything. It doesn't mean that I accept all the things that they said or they wrote. I'm just exposing their words, written or said. That's why I make this video, maybe for people for Greeks from all over the world, or from other people who are curious to know about prophecies. I see Scott Clark, the guy, he's Jewish, he's Christian but Jewish. He said many things. He used Shemitah, the red moons, the blue moons. I admire him because he said, I made mistakes in my prophecies. I thought, Yom Kippur and Shemitah and so on. I don't know these Jewish things actually, but there are other people. There is a Catholic prophet. He was Saint Malachias. He was from Ireland, and he said on the way from Ireland to Italy to meet the Pope, he had a vision, and he named all the popes until the last one. According to him, the one we have now is the last one. He's the Black Pope. Of course, he's not black in the skin, but he belongs to the Jesuits, and Jesuits, the head of the Jesuit, I don't know the word in English, forgive me, he wears black for a Catholic. So that's what maybe he meant, that's what he meant, and he should be a Roman. He was born in Italy. Actually, he's from Italian parents, although he was in Argentina, I think, San Lorenzo, something like that. This is not the point, but Saint Malachias named 112 popes after the one that in his own era, in his own time. And now it is the 112 that will lead his flock into many tribulations. We'll see. Time will tell. There are other prophecies that say, for example, that the beginning should be Erdogan's fall and the fact that Israel will hit Iran's nuclear program with missile. This will be the beginning. This prophecy came out around 15 years ago, 10, 15 years ago. When we heard it, it was strange. We said, why? After that, people who like to search, we studied and we saw that Israel has friends, only friends around. Too many Arabic countries, but too many friends. Jordan will never hit, Egypt will never hit Israel. Saudi Arabia was ready to make some agreements, maybe financial agreements, I don't know, merchandise agreements. And the only actual enemy seems to be Iran. So Israel, we read from Gantz, from Netanyahu, we read all this time the papers, and they say that Israel wants to hit Iran because they're preparing nuclear bombs, and they reach uranium in 80 or 90% in a bomb, which means that they can destroy Tel Aviv and Jerusalem and everything. So actually, Israel wants to hit Iran for that reason because it's an enemy, and we see that possibly it's an enemy indeed. I will not take anybody's place. If you ask me, these people who are in charge, the bankers, we all know who they are, the people who run business, who have the most important factories and enterprises, they don't care about people's lives. They could sacrifice people's lives. There are some conspiracy theories. They said that, okay, the Twin Towers in New York had to fall so that they had the free permission from all the world then to attack Iraq. Now maybe they're using this as an alibi, to hit Iran. Who knows? I'm just saying things. So about the prophecies about Christianity, and after Russia will reach Thavor, the hills, the mountain outside Jerusalem, outside Israel, then it will be the Great War. Maybe we will have nuclears there. The truth is that Russia will be forced to come back. And until then, China was a friend. China was an ally. They fought together. But they say that the Western world will promise China Siberia, because Siberia is rich. They will promise to give Siberia to China, and China will switch sides. So they will be with the Western world attacking Russia. But the victims will be so many, and actually it may seem in the end that there will be no winners. They will be forced to accept the fact that Constantinople should go to Greece. For us it is at last, it's where it belongs. Virgin Mary's Hagia Sophia will celebrate after hundreds and hundreds of years. The prophecies don't stop here. They go further. They say that there will be a king, risen from the dead. I know that it may sound utopian or maybe strange or maybe stupid for some people. It's okay. I'm just exposing the prophecies. I'm just telling what the saints said and wrote. Okay, you hear, you have in mind, if things come true, we are here and we witness this video, and we'll see if Linos was right, if Alexander was right, Alex. It's rethought. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a like if you like the video. So after that, king, he lived in around 1150. His name was Ioannis, John Vatanzis. He will be risen from the dead because there will be no man worthy being a king of the big empire after that of Constantinople. And everybody will recognize him. People will understand that Orthodoxy is the right dogma, but there will be some millions and millions of people in the East, Far East, that they will make an army and try to attack him. They say that The army of John Vatanzis will not be big. Greeks are 10 millions. I don't know how many will be alive after the Third World War. And all the people gathered together to help him. Actually, it will not be a big army, you know. And he will pray, he will hit his hand on the floor, on the ground, and he will say, God, he does it anyway, whatever he does. He will say to God, help me win my enemies, and all will be dead. The legend says, the prophecy says, there will be some birds, eagles who eat dead bodies, because it will be impossible to bury 2 billion people, for example. Actually, it will be a cleaning, as I say it. God will bring catharsis. Catharsis is a term that Aristotle was using. It means that we should leave the clean people, the clean hearts. We should leave the pure ones on earth. His kingdom, without justice, without the earth will take out all its treasures, and I don't mean just gold, I mean all the agriculture, everything. People won't have to fight, we will not need taxes for 10 years, around 10 years, they say, the prophecies. And after 33 years or 35, John will die. And after that comes the period of Antichrist. 7 years it will last. The first 3.5 he will be sweet, but the last 3.5 years after Elias and Enoch die, since they never died yet, the only 2 people who didn't face death yet. After he kills them, he will show his real face to humanity. He will show that he is Antichrist. Don't think of a beast, with heads and fire coming out of his mouth. No, he will be a man. He will just accept Satan 100% inside him. There are many details before that and for the war that is coming, about if it will happen or not and how it will be. Don't forget, we make these videos not because we want you to be afraid or say, this is stupid things. We should be ready, but ready in what way? People are buying here in Greece because we know about prophecies. We buy all these years oil and conservative food and sugar and whatever we can that can last in time, so that we are ready. And actually, Father Paisios said that we should go out in the fields, in the villages, because life in the city will be hard. It will not be easy, to find food, actually. There will be starvation, not for long. He said it will take months, but it will be really a big problem, huge problem. Worse than the Second World War, he said. So being prepared means different things for Jesus, for Christians, for actual Christians. You can have some, I don't know the word in English, forgive me, the bread you take in Christian Orthodox Church when you finish, it's called adidoron. If you have that and make it small pieces, all the saints say that if you eat a little piece, it will keep you good for one whole day, for example. You will not feel hunger. If you have water, we say holy water. If you have holy water, you don't need to drink one bottle. Just a little it will cover your thirst for a day. These are the preparations. And for a real and good Christian, that he has big belief in him, because we can make miracles at any time. Actually, Jesus Christ, whenever he performed a miracle, he used to say, your faith has saved you. He didn't say, I made the miracle. He didn't say, my Father in the heaven made the miracle. He said, your faith made the miracle. Your faith has saved you. It's about faith. So we don't even need to store food. If we store food, we should give to others if there is a world war coming soon. We should have some holy water and some adidro, and this will keep us from being hungry and thirsty. This is the best preparation. And even the air that we breathe, or even a leaf from a tree, leaves from the tree, they can put the hunger away. You have to be a true believer. These things were about Christianity and prophecies. I wanted to make it in English so that more people, if we are blessed, that people watch us, to know about these things, to know such things. Iran is very important because 30% of world oil starts from Hormuz. Hormuz is in the south of Iran. It's where the ships start. They go to transfer oil to other countries. 30% is too much. If Israel and the United States hit the nuclear program of Iran, it means that 30% of oil will not move. It means the stock market will collapse in a second. At that point, you may need food. We all need food anyway. It's nature. We will die without food. But who will be able to go to the supermarket to buy things, to buy stuff? You have to be a little prepared. If we have faith, we may not need so much, as food is at stake. It is not about food, but that's the problem with Israel and Iran. If Israel and the United States attack Iran, it will be a huge problem. The stock markets will collapse immediately. There will be no money in the banks, no credit cards. That's why the saints always so prophesied about credit cards and technology. This evolution of technology is good up to a point, because actually, for me, the most important thing in life, unfortunately, is not money. It's not food. Nowadays, it's electricity, and this is really sad. Without electricity, there is no credit card, there is no buying, there is no selling. It will be disaster. It will be real disaster. You can't have money. They want to stop cash. It's the worst thing that can ever happen globally. If you don't have cash, it means you can't buy. And if your life depends on electricity, an attack can cut the electricity for 1 week. You will not be able to buy. It will be disaster. A country that will have an attack and the attacker will cut the electricity, it means that you die. There is no way out. This is really sad. So, this is from Rethought. Subscribe and like. This was Linos Zachariadis and Alexander Kanioglou. I hope you enjoyed the video. For more details, if you want, write something below. Till the next time, be prepared. Remember, the soul is the most important. And subscribe to Rethought. Kisses. Bye.